Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in Foley Square in Lower Manhattan. Today, June 9th, 2023. Let's call it the Trump lawsuit or prosecution sweepstakes, because whereas down here there was the Bragg prosecution that's trying to be moved to the federal court, and we'll see what happens on that. As most have heard, Trump has been indicted and will be presented in federal court in Miami on Tuesday. Now the question is going to be, which case goes first? That's one of the questions. The other question is, why did they choose Miami instead of D.C.? Also here in New York, there's, of course, the civil case, E. Jean Carroll, and there's two of them, E. Jean Carroll and Trump. The first case resulting in a $5 million verdict. Yesterday, they sought a new trial. They've appealed to the Second Circuit behind me, but they've also taken a new trial. And then today, there's a filing due by the Department of Justice of whether they still seek to substitute themselves for Trump in the first case of Carroll, possibly they won't, probably they won't actually, because it's been amended to include a claim of actions after he was president. But to be continued, much to be seen. Yesterday here, with some fanfare, there was a sanctions hearing of the two lawyers who used GPT to file their brief in the case against Avianca. Not only did they use a brief that contained cases that didn't exist, but when asked by Judge Castel to provide hard copies of the cases, they just asked GPT, which in turn made up the cases. So the decision wasn't reached, but we live tweeted it, and you can find that all online. Also in Judge Castel's world, we'd gone, I think, on Wednesday to a criminal proceeding, and as soon as we went in, everything was canceled. Everyone left. It was sort of implied that we should leave, and when we didn't leave, they left. And so has it been redone without us present? It's kind of a sealing by whack-a-mole. Anyway, we've done a letter to Judge Castel, and we're waiting for a response. UN judicial world, there's a guy called Padula. He was charged with sexual abuse in the UN court, such as it is, except it's not really a court. Inner City Press covered it. People gave us exhibits, we published them, and now we can't even attend virtually their court, because the purpose of the court is to cover up. It's a court with a conflict of interest. To be continued.